Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am your host RP and I'm very excited at the latest news I am sharing with you in today's video. A while ago, Suzuki announced that the DR-Z is going to make a comeback for 2025, fully overhauled from top to bottom while retaining as much of the intended character of the original DR-Z400 platform. Now, if you know me or you have been a follower of my channel for some time, you know I used to have a DR-Z4SM for quite a while. In fact, many of you probably first became subscribers to my channel because of my DR-Z content, and this announcement definitely has piqued my interest because I loved that platform. So let's take a look at what the 2025 DR-Z4SM in particular has changed over its predecessor. This comparison is probably more important to me and to most of us in Singapore because it will likely be the model that will be more popular than the other. As a city-state with no real trails, the Supermoto variation is far more practical to most of us. Much of it remains very similar, specification-wise at least. The frame's materials and construction, suspension, the rims and the brakes. But particularly of note, the power plant has seen major changes, even though it's the same old 398cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine. It is now fuel-injected instead of carbureted. There is slightly less peak power and most of it comes in later. If you remember the old DR-Z, the power delivery was quite responsive all around. But without a dyno chart closer to its official release, it is hard to say if this loss in power will be compensated in gearing or with the improved fuel delivery system. It's still the same old 5-speed manual transmission, but they've added in an assist slipper clutch, so you can expect a far lighter clutch pull than the old model. The fuel tank though is going to go down significantly from 10 liters to 8.7 liters. However, there is no guarantee it will necessarily affect total range because remember, they are moving to EFI that could potentially improve the fuel efficiency over the original 400SM, which I was getting 26 kilometers per liter for my 06 model for a total of 260 kilometers of range back in the day. The new DR-Z is also going to come in at a heavier reported wet weight of 154 kilograms, 8 kilograms heavier than its predecessor, which in the world of sumos is a pretty significant increase in weight, to be honest. They've also updated the bike to be packed full of modern technology, providing LED lights, switchable ABS and traction control, and 3 ride modes with ride-by-wire throttle, and all are incredibly advanced and fine-tunable to the degree found in more luxurious machines. The bike also has an easy start system, so you don't need to hold down the clutch lever or the starter button. Just a single press supposedly will do the trick as it handles startup automatically like pressing the power button on a TV. The new DR-Z4SM will still be using old-fashioned LCD displays, but will be brought in line with modern quality of life standards with things like a gear indicator and fuel gauge. Styling wise, Suzuki has managed to keep it very faithful to the original as is for the most part, except the headlights, which they've changed to a pinhole style LED light to keep it in line with most of their post 2022 machines as seen on, for example, the GSX-8R, GSX-S1000 and the V-Strom 800. I personally think it's a pretty good direction. Suzuki has always managed to visually update their bikes while making them instantly recognizable to fans of the original, like how they did with the new Katana. All in all, while I am not particularly stoked about the performance drop on paper with the new DR-Z4 platform in order to meet modern Euro 5 regulations, it is hard to draw too much conclusions because modern fuel injection systems do perform better than old carburetors, and it may turn out to be not much different in reality. And on top of that, all the new quality of life changes makes me feel like it could be a much better daily rider's machine. Obviously, we are a long way out from the official release here in Singapore, with Japan probably getting it around the time of the next motorcycle show in Tokyo in March of 2025. We'll probably at best only get it here sometime in the late second quarter or early third quarter of 2025. Pricing has also not been confirmed yet in the other markets where they've been announced. But considering back in 2016 when the DR-Z4SM was being sold roughly around $15,900 for its machine price, which is about $22,000 in 2024 after considering inflation, it is doubtful the new DR-Z4 platform will be any cheaper than that, as there must have been significant R&D costs for such a major overhaul, even when some of these already being on Suzuki bikes since 2022. It certainly won't be a cheap bike by any measure, considering DR-Zs were never cheap to begin with in the past, even in the secondary market. So what do you guys think of the new 2025 Suzuki DR-Z4 platform? Are you also keeping your eye on it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And remember, if you like this video, do remember to give me a like, subscribe, and check out the links in the description below if you would like to support this channel. And I will see you next time. Peace out and bye bye.